what's going on, everybody? It is me. Oh, God, I did it again. I can't help it, man. It's a me, Mario. Well, whatever, you guys know. All right, that's RJ. And we are about to get into County Con, which is our last convention until November. But finally, last night, I finished the show Stranger Things. RJ been watching it, or been... Watched it. And we decided we're going to do a little review about it because we have some time to kill and it's good times all around, man. So Stranger Things, if you guys don't know, is a Netflix original series. And it's kind of like, I don't know, like supernatural, horror, mystery, comedy. It's like a bunch of shit. And... the best way to describe it is like a love letter to 80s movies. It's like all your favorite movies from growing up, like the Goonies, the Monster Squad, E.T. E.T.'s big influence on this show. Man, I mean, you can think of 101. Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Jaws isn't an 80s movie, but you get the point. But yeah, the show centers around, these three kids who are...
Four kids.
Well, no, they don't find the fourth girl. The girl is the fourth kid.
No, the fourth kid is the one that disappears eventually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oops, all right. So, yeah, the show is basically about these four kids who one of them disappears, and then the entire show runs around them trying to find out where he went. Yeah. And through many interesting turns of events, you find out that, spoiler alert, oh yeah, that's right, all the reviews have spoilers, so, oh well. Spoiler alert, he was taken away to a parallel dimension, and also there's this little girl that they find who has telepathic abilities, and you discover throughout the show that she's the reason a rift got broken a gate gets opened by her telekinetic abilities that leads into this other dimension.
The Upside Down.
And it's called The Upside Down.
Well, that very 80s.
Yeah, it's a very...
Upside Down,
everybody's talking about this fucking show. Even so much as at our last convention last week, someone was dressed as the monster from the show already.
And Elle.
The girl, the little telepathic girl's name is 11, which we don't know why yet.
No.
All right, so, and they call her Elle, like affectionately, they call her Elle. So, and that, I guess, will go into the negatives of this show. We'll start with the negatives. So, the negative to me, I don't know if you agree, but the negative to me is there's not much explanation as to why things are happening.
No, I think they kind of drip feed certain things, certain scenes. It's like a little here, a little bit there. But even after watching the entire first season, 8 episodes, you still kind of don't know what the hell's going on. Like, why there's a monster at all.
Yeah, why is she telepathic? Why, you kind of get that idea. Her mom was, like, pregnant with her when they did some weird experiments, but
that they explain,
we don't know why she's called 11. I'm going to guess it's because there were other kids before her.
Most likely. I mean, it's
kind of like Weapon X. She's like Weapon X.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't even really explain what the other dimension is, like, at all. So it's
like a flipped inverse of our dimension, but... they don't say, like, RJ brought up a good point on the way here, and he said, in our dimension, there's millions of people. In their dimension, there's just this weird fucking flower face monster. The Demogorgon, whatever. Like,
close.
Yeah, and he, this is another negative of the show to me. The monster itself, I felt like wasn't that scary.
Well, again, spoiler, they end up beating the shit out of it with like baseball bats and stuff. So it's not really like that big of a monster.
I know,
but they shoot it a couple times in the movie and it doesn't die.
Yeah, so bats are its. Like, I guess wooden bats, baseball bats are its kryptonite.
They did exactly like you said.
Holy shit! It's like the movie Signs. Wood and water were their weakness. The stupidest aliens ever. Anyway, go ahead.
No, but like you said, with all the old 80s movies, eventually they set traps for this thing, pull it out of the dimension, and then catch it that way, which is actually more like Predator than anything.
Yeah, good point. It is. It's like kids versus the Predator.
Yeah.
One cool thing about this show, to go into a positive real quick, is if you love 80s movies, you will love this show.
Yeah.
I personally, I liked it a lot. I wasn't blown away by it the way like everybody else was, but I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, even the actors for the most part almost look like they were plucked straight out of 80s movies. It's very odd. And when you see it, if you haven't seen it yet, and you just watched a spoiler review. But yeah, I mean, I thought as the negatives too, like, a couple of the characters are annoying as fuck. Like Winona Ryder's mom character, I understand why she's so out of her mind at some points, but man, she can get annoying as fuck to watch. And the kid Lucas, oh my God in heaven. I mean, there were times where I was like, can you guys just kick his ass? Like, he is so annoying. But yeah, there aren't many negatives to this show.
No,
there really aren't. And you know, aside from being
a lot of positives, there's a lot of cool things that, you know, make you think that if they keep going with this, it's going to be very popular in the end.
Which is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that, because one of our negatives was they don't explain much, but maybe with a second season you're going to get more and more into this world, and I'm invested enough where I'm like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
So to go on the positives, the main positive of this show, to me, and RJ agreed, was the chief. And you brought up, where was he from?
He was in Training Day. He was in The Equalizer.
Yes,
he was the dirty cop.
Yeah, that's right. He was a dirty cop in Equalizer.
He was just in Suicide Squad as one of the federal officials or whatever.
He was?
Yeah.
Wow,
He's just clean cut and shit.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
Seen him.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name right now, but yeah, he did a great job.
The chief of police in this show is very like multi-layered, and he has a really good like backstory, and he's just a great actor. Like, he did a good job portraying that part. He's really like the scene stealer of the show, aside from probably
L, of course. And then then there's just certain things that you kind of have to just, you know, gush over, like
the chunky kid.
The kid with no teeth or whatever. He's
talk like about hitting your boy.
He's like pulled straight from the 80s. I like how they kind of used all these weird fictional things and they related it to Dungeons and Dragons, where our world is the top of the board.
Yeah, if you're a geek, oh my God, this show is for you.
And the main bad guy, they just title it the same name as the bad guy that they play,
the monster.
In Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's something.
And speaking of bad guys, that's another positive, is Matthew Modine, the main bad guy scientist. You know, he's a guy that you don't see as frequently anymore as you did in like the 80s and the 90s, but man, his character, he plays it in a very, very cool and interesting way that you haven't really seen Matthew Modine like this. And he's another scene stealer in the show. Like, every time he pops up, you're like, oh shit, here he is, you know?
He's creepy, and then every time something bad happens, it looks like he's happy about it.
Yeah,
like, slowly, like,
I ain't gonna lie,
I get close to it. It's like,
I think you make a good villain for our comic book if it ever becomes a show. I think we got to get poach Matthew Modine. But yeah, man. I mean, overall, the kids were great, and it's definitely like another one of those cool, like, especially for a guy like me who used to get his ass kicked for being fat when I was a kid. I mean, to see these like kids getting bullied and stuff, and then they like rise up and take on this big monster, and it's just a cool thing, because I always wished as a kid that I had gotten to go on a Goonies-esque adventure or some shit.
And this is their Goonies-esque adventure. Yeah.
So yeah, but overall, man, I'd say it's an A, man. It's not a perfect show, but holy fuck, is it worth your time, man. It's only 8 episodes, too.
We can't wait to see the next one. So usually, whenever you can't wait to see the next ones, you have a hit. I mean, you have...
True that, man. So
something, so...
Yeah, watch Stranger Things. Fun shit. We're gonna go sell some comic books, all right?